Welcome, Gemini. Have a seat at my table and I will show you what's coming in for you this week and what you have to work with. Anything you need, I will clarify. If you ask me in the comments, just holler. So over here, we're starting off with the cards from your monthly reading that talk about this being a week when somehow, by creating the right space or adding a third dimension or catalyzing factor, you are finally able to get like oil and water to mix, metaphorically speaking. So you're able to consolidate in a whole new way where two things in your life that could never occupy the same space now can. So real quick, this is a reading for you, Gemini, the viewer. And so if you're wanting to know what's going on with someone else you're interested in, I encourage you to cross-watch the video for their sign to gain that insight, okay? And so we have what's working for you behind the scenes, your superpower, best connections for love, best connections for work, self-care item, and potential outcome. And so I'm still feeling out the best of questions to settle on to create a consistent spread. And so comment any suggestions for weekly questions that would help you out the most, what you would find the most useful in a weekly reading for you. So what's working for you behind the scenes? I'm keeping these down because some of them, I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. They have some imagery. So what's working for you behind the scenes? You have the Ten of Cups reversed. And so this is interesting because it focuses on fulfillment and happiness and how this previous being of two minds or segmented energy has kept it at arm's length. It's like an air bubble or an air pocket that just keeps it at a distance. And so, like, how is present negativity, how could that perpetually put happiness off into the future? So there is a subconscious recognition trying to happen that will allow fulfillment to come into your experience now. Like, there's a weird sense where what you want is here already, and it doesn't look like you're expecting, or it does, but something keeps it from being obvious. So disbelief, let's say, the hardest thing to accept being that everything is okay because you don't know how to be okay. So coming online about that and having that awareness start to blossom is what is working behind the scenes in your favor. So your superpower this week, you have the King of Wands reversed. Yes, you do have to get into this energy in order to this Two of Pentacles tension to release. So your last two readings in a row, you had the Magician reversed, and it's talking about not doing, not making, but accepting. Accepting that everything is okay at the immediate moment and you don't have to force anything to happen. It's not just, so I'm seeing like Neo and Agent Smith, if you remember, the Matrix movies. They, at the end, they're growing stronger and stronger as they fight each other in perpetual stalemate because, they just keep mirroring and matching each other's strength. Until Neo realizes that the only way to defeat that mirrored energy is to capitulate. So it's like you're fighting yourself, and your superpower is in defeating yourself is to stop fighting yourself altogether and letting yourself win. I know that sounds strange, but only Gemini would get it. I wouldn't even attempt that with any other sign. Your best connections for love, you have the Tower reversed. And so they're referring to an existing connection that needs some loving attention and upkeep to keep it strong. So no matter where you are on the path to relationship you want, stop where you are and patch any holes, caulk any cracks, communicate your unmet needs, your insecurities, offer and receive reassurance. So they're saying to strengthen bonds with who you're connecting with right now at whatever level you're connecting. So your best connections for work, you have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And so this is going to be talking about reaching out to previous coworkers or previous employers so you can perhaps get references in line or find out what they're doing now. Maybe they have some leads. If that is relevant to you, maybe like the unemployment office might have a job center or something, or maybe it's just time to file your claim if you've recently lost a job. But if that doesn't apply to you, others of you I'm seeing actually to switch gears entirely and try to avoid getting sucked back into old lines of work. And I know that can seem contradictory and seem totally opposite. So just take what resonates for you, because these readings are not one size fits all. And sometimes there will, two messages will come through. So you know what's right for you. Your self-care item, 3 of Wands. Breathe and look ahead. Make room for what you want to come in. Just like up here, get out of your own way. I'm seeing like someone shouting at a dog, come here, and let me love you. And the dog's thinking, I really want to go in for some lovin's. I wish they would stop yelling and open up their arms, and then I would know it's okay for me to go in. You see what I'm saying? So how do you become a lightning rod and not the lightning? It's not just as simple as giving yourself a break. Then the 4 of Swords would be here. But it's like riding a 2-wheel bike for the first time. It seems so hard because the inclination is to effort one way or the other. Oversteer, overcorrect, tense up. But the hang of it is to not do any of those things, but to trust and allow the balance. And so how can the answer be to achieve more by doing less? Your potential outcome is the World reversed. And this is the biggest to be continued cliffhanger you could possibly get in a reading. They're saying there is no neat and tidy bow to put on this reading because they want you to try the advice and see what happens. 3 of Wands, they want you to be open to the possibilities and to do the work or not work to experience the results for its own sake. So what you're afraid will come to a close if you don't fight and strive to keep it going won't. It could start running itself, or you could just get more time to figure it out. They're saying you'll see. All right, so that's what I have for you this week, Gemini. And if you want to know what I have for you next week, like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will talk to you then. Thank you.